I remember a while back, I think it was about 2, 3 years ago, I made a video. And in the video, I stated that back in slavery days, the slave master used to eat the slaves. And I had a couple of, pushback. Some people came on the channel talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm reaching. I'm sure it's probably from the other persuasion saying that. Now it comes out in Epstein file that, these elites, these powers that shouldn't be, these hybrids, these devils, these demonic entity that live amongst us and rule over us actually eat people, eat babies. What I'm saying? They had a photo in the Epstein file where they had I think an infant baby in between two chicken, full whole chicken. And pretty much they was preparing it to be eaten, right? They're preparing it for a fucking meal, basically. Then I remember seeing a video. I'm upset, family, because when I think about how we've been deceived and these dumbass MAGA people that talk about, oh, we want the Epstein file released. Now it's released. Now all of a sudden they're walking back what they want, because they realize Trump is in it. But anyway, there was a video where you had a Hispanic woman run out in the middle of the street speaking in Spanish or Latin, saying that they're eating people, they're eating human beings. And they thought she was crazy. They called the authorities, and now they can't find her. You know what I'm saying? I remember also one time, I think I went somewhere. I don't remember where I went. Was it the airport or somewhere I went, and I seen a sign says basically, if you're being trafficked, call this number, or if you suspect someone being trafficked, call this number. And when I saw the number, the first thought came to my mind, because when you watch these movies and shit, you have everybody, including the sheriff, in on it. And I said to myself, I would never call that number, because what if that number is to tip off the trafficker that people are aware of what's going on? Why would I call that number? You know what I'm saying? I would just probably call the local law enforcement, in which case I probably wouldn't even do that, because now we know the whole entire powers that shouldn't be are in on this shit. It's like a worldwide trafficking business going on. And not only are they using these kids for, I can't say that word, but it starts with an S, assault, they're also eating them. They're literally cannibalizing these kids, these people. And I always said to y'all that these people that live amongst us, they're not human beings. They're mankind. They're a form of man, right? Because the original inhabitants of this prison planet were actually black people, copper-colored people. And they came, I don't know where the fuck these devils come from. Some speculate that they came from the fallen angel. I believe that as well. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're living amongst non-human. Even they themselves don't even realize that they're hybrids. They don't even realize that they have been deceived to believe that they're superior race. They call themselves white supremacy. I don't know what's so supreme about them, because they can't go out in the sun. And now I'm sure many of them are probably ashamed to be what they refer to as white, because they're not white. They're different shades of red. We're different shades of brown. So what am I saying in this video? I'm saying that I feel like, I can't even, if I decide to even go back to Jamaica where I'm from, right? I probably can't escape the shit, because these powers that shouldn't be, we have even in our own country and shit, these leaders are infiltrated. They're compromised. So, me saying I'm gonna go back to Jamaica, I go back to what? Maybe have a little bit of solace, because I'm go back and eat good food, organic grown food, as opposed to eating the poison that we eat here on a daily basis, these processed food that's causing cancer. But when I think about what have actually been revealed with the Epstein file for the last couple of months, it's like every week is something new, and it's only get worse and worse. I mean, how much worse can it get? Cannibalizing children, SA in children and shit. I mean, this shit is crazy, family. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like I feel like I'm living in a nightmare. Just can't wait to wake up, because you have presidents, you have princes, you have billionaires, trillionaires. I mean, all walk of life, even the Saudis, every motherfucking person on this prison planet in the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? I always say that I believe that all these people that's up, these elites and shit, they're reptilians. They're not even human beings. They're literally some kind of fucking reptilian beings that's been here for thousands and thousands of years. And all they do is just change the meat suit. They just change body. But they're still here. They're still wicked. You know what I'm saying? And now we got Trump caught up. A lot of these MAGA, we want the file, we want the Epstein file released. We want the Epstein file released. Now it's released. They're silent. You don't hear them saying nothing. Why? Because their cult leader, because many of them are cult followers, their cult leader, they realize it's quite possible that their cult leader might be involved, or actually is involved. Fuck might, is involved. And it almost goes without saying, where you have some of these churches, right? They pastor has been exposed for essaying children or getting women pregnant in the church. And the pastor could come in the church and say, well, I want to confess I'm a sinner. Everybody's a sinner. And just pretty much just gloss over what they did, tell them sweet nothing. Oh, don't worry. I'm a sinner. I'm confessing. I won't do it again. And, y'all don't have to forgive me if y'all don't want to. Just use that psychology bullshit that they use every Sunday to take y'all money, to finesse y'all out of y'all money. And I'm thinking about all the allegation, and it's, again, YouTube is only allegation. I'm only using this particular topic for entertainment and educational purpose. Okay, there's no facts have shown yet because they hiding it. They redacting everything, and we don't know for sure who's really in there. But we can suspect because they have decipher some of these Epstein files, and they're showing certain people, incriminating certain people. But anyway, I'm just thinking like, man, this man done did so fucking much to this country. 34 convicted felon, right? Accused of assaulting that lady that he had to settle with. Made derogatory statement, sexual statement about his own daughter. And these fucking weirdos still voted for him. This is why I know this country, these so-called Americans, are some idiotic fucking people. I kid you not. The way I think about, I'm like, I can't believe it. These devils, knowing what he did, and then you still have these churches support him, talk about he's a Christian, he's a man of God. A man of which God? Because there are many gods. He's a man of God, but which God? They call themselves sanctimonious, and and we're not supposed to judge and all that, but they'll judge you the moment you say you don't believe in that stupid ass fucking made up character called Jesus Christ. Oh, you're going to hell. You're an antichrist. You're fucking right. I'm an antichrist. I'm not an anti-Messiah, but I'm an antichrist because Jesus Christ never existed. At least not that blonde-haired, blue-eyed, homosexual devil that a lot of y'all worship. This is why y'all have that same spirit, like that Cesar Borgia imposter. You know what I'm saying? All they do, family, go around the world, they steal people's culture and make it their own. Assume identity. It's like those evil fucking Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 devils call themselves God-chosen people out there in Palestine, massacring, doing blood sacrifice, literally killing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, right? Literally sacrificing these Palestinians to their god Moloch. That fucking star they got on their flag, talk about the Star of David. Man, I could talk about Jews because I'm a Jew. Y'all Jewish. Wish y'all were a Jew. That's why you had to put the ish on the Jew. Jewish. If you're not black, you're blackish or grayish. You know what I'm saying? You're pertaining to. Y'all are converts, Zionist fucking demons that came on the scene doing bloodletting, literally sacrificing children, talking about that was y'all promised land. Y'all came out of fucking Europe. Y'all are Turkish, and y'all not even European. I don't even know what y'all are. Y'all are the synagogue of Satan, like the Bible talk about. Y'all so-called Jesus talk about y'all. The real Messiah anyway. Because there was a prophet, family. There was a prophet. Anybody can be a Messiah. Anybody that bring forth the good news. You know what I'm saying? A Messiah is not a particular person. There was only one Messiah. There were many Messiahs. And there was a prophet that they hung on a tree. Acts 5:30 told you about that. Acts 5:30, they slew him and hung him on a tree. And it was a black man. Who they usually hang on trees? Black people. You know what I'm saying? They stole it, assuming his identity, gave him a fucking depiction of a so-called white man, Cesar Borgia, which was an actual man that used to kill and rape his own sister. You know what I'm saying? And that's who they assumed their savior. And if you really think about it, to go even deeper than that, these so-called churches that support Trump, just think about it. How many of these so-called church leaders, pastors, I would never have a white man to pastor over me. You know, so how many of them are involved in these essay, you know, towards children? And we just go along to get along because, oh, they teach us from slavery days that you have to obey Jesus Christ. And if you don't obey, in order to get to God, you got to go through Jesus Christ. That's a setup, family. Y'all been duped. Why the fuck didn't King David, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob needed to believe in Jesus Christ or had to get baptized in order to be saved? So you tell me all them people back then that studied the Torah and followed the law, the Abrahamic law, they all went to hell and shit, right? They said David was a man of God heart, right? Like his best friend and shit. So you trying to tell me, or it was Abraham, or you trying to tell me all of them went to hell because they didn't believe in Jesus Christ? You know what I'm saying? So why didn't Jesus Christ come on the scene instead of Moses to save the Israelites? I mean, if y'all really think about this shit is so fucking stupid. And this is why they're able to do what they do, because they tell us, they create a narrative. I showed y'all the video the other day where I made the video where I was coming from Atlanta to BWI, and I showed y'all I'm over the fucking airport, and I'm literally, we are getting ready to land. You don't see the earth spinning no 1,000 miles an hour. The fucking plane was able to line up perfectly on the runway without skidding off the runway. How we spin 1,000 miles an hour on this axle according to science, and the airplane able to land perfectly on a spinning globe? Just think about it. All this bullshit they be telling us, and we go along to get along. But just to change the topic real quick, I want to talk about this AI thing, because a lot of y'all are into AI, chat GPT or whatever, including my daughter. And I found out the other day that my daughter was telling me that she had an AI that she actually communicate with. She literally have conversation, like almost like her friend. She didn't say her best friend, but she said like my friend. And then she said she realized that it was kind of like giving her too much information that she didn't even realize she had given it. In other words, it's telling her shit about herself that she didn't even relate to this. For example, she played basketball, right? And I guess they lost this particular game, and she was on with the AI character, whatever the fuck she talking to, and the AI said to her, you know, don't worry, Brianna, you'll get them on the next game. I know you didn't do well on this game, but you'll get them on it. And she wanted to know how the fuck the AI knew that. And she came and she told me. I said, do y'all even know who y'all are talking to? Do y'all realize that these AI y'all talking to are actually just like using a Ouija board? Y'all are talking to entities. How are these AI able to conversate with y'all? Even Google sometimes, when I used to question back in the days how Google know all this information. Who is Google? Google is AI. Y'all are talking to AI, ChatGPT, and having conversation, and don't realize that y'all are literally talking to demons. These are entities. Elon Musk and all of them, all they did was just tap in. They just open up portals, allowing these entities to come in. They don't even. If you listen, I was watching. I think they was doing an interview. I forgot who it was. One of the creators, one of the AIs, and they asked them. They said, "How did y'all create AI?" The guy said, "We didn't create AI. We discovered AI." So when you create something, you know from the bottom up how it's made. They said they discovered AI. They discovered AI. The same with the technology that we see today, the weapons and nuclear weapons and all these poisons and viruses and shit. Where do you think they get it from? You think they just wake up one day and be able to create an iPhone? No, this is technology that's passed down from the fallen angels. They refer to as aliens. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy and shit, but ain't nobody just gonna, and some people say, well, no, these people are geniuses. No. This information, they literally open themselves up for possession. This information is passed down. These technologies that we have, there's nothing compared to the technology that's really out there. You think the technology that we have is all it is? Them government have technology 100 years ahead of us. They just slowly trickle it down and give it to us, like the phones and using cell phone and shit. Back then it was a military thing. Cell phone was created in the 40s. In the 40s, it was a top secret discovery. Because when they just in Roswell, I don't know if y'all remember Roswell, when they found that down spaceship. And I know it sounds crazy and shit. Black man's talking about, yeah, okay, y'all believe in some motherfucker that walk on water and raise the dead and shit, and then y'all never met. Y'all believe in that shit, but when I talk about, oh, there's aliens and there's demons and shit, oh, what is he talking about? This guy is crazy. He's goofy. Yeah, right. But y'all believe in some. I bet you ask a motherfucking Christian, do you believe in aliens? She say no. But you ask them if you believe in Jesus Christ, they say yeah. Right? What's the difference? Y'all never seen either one. At least not yet. But anyway, family, yeah, all this technology that we have is from fallen angels. They call them demon, disembodied spirit that takes on form. So when y'all on the phone or on your computer talking to Chat GPT and talking to AI and have relationship with AI and shit, y'all don't know who y'all messing with, because y'all literally dealing with a modern day Ouija board. Y'all are opening up fucking, y'all going into some shit that y'all really don't want to be doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why for me, I'll be a basic nigga. I'm a street smart nigga. I might not be educated, as you can tell where I speak, right? Because my West Indian dialect, I'm not articulate like many of y'all. But I'll tell you one thing. You won't see me going on talking to no motherfucking AI, having a conversation with a computer. That's literally, you know, I mean, you really, this computer actually thinks for itself. It communicates. It's not like somebody on the other end, operator with that you're talking. You literally talking to a fucking entity that you have never met. Artificial intelligence. It tells you what it is. Artificial intelligence, which means wasn't created by the Most High. Artificial. It's not the original. It's something else. And a lot of y'all on there dealing with ChatGPT and all that. And then I found out to operate these fucking AIs and ChatGPT, you got to use water. How you need water? I mean, just really think about the shit. In order to operate ChatGPT, they have to use water. That means this entity needs a physical substance in order to operate. This shit is scary, family. Now I know this video. I suggest y'all rewatch this shit. Sometimes you won't get it the first time, but it's a lot of things going on, family. Don't let the cussing and all that turn you off. Just listen to the message. Forget about the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the AI thing, you have to question it. They say they don't know what AI is. They didn't create AI. They discovered AI. I mean, that shit was already there. The AI just made itself known to them, and they able to utilize it. And in return, because when you get something, sometimes who's giving it to you, they're gonna want something back. Yes, sir. They're gonna want something back. So I suggest if you got your children or family members hooked on AI, you may want to investigate and try to, you know, nip that in the bud, because again, we don't know what we fucking with. Look at this shit. We got a president, a second-term president, and we didn't even know he was a fucking pedo. We didn't even know he's a pedophile. He was affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein. But yet still y'all voted for him. Right? In 2016 when he came down the motherfucking escalator, everybody got, you know, hamped up. Oh my God, yeah, he gonna do something because he a good businessman. How you a good businessman and he bankrupt a casino that get free money from you? They literally put a machine and take your motherfucking money, and he bankrupt a casino and he a good businessman. You got a so-called president, a world leader, the most powerfulest man in the world, making sexual statement about his daughter. Y'all don't believe me? Go research it. Go Google the interview he had with what's that dude name? That tall dude. I forgot his name. But anyway, yeah, making sexual comment. Well, you know, they asked. I think I'm gonna paraphrase where he said, you know, what do you and your dad have in common? She said business and real estate. This motherfucker said I was gonna say sex, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? Who does that? Who sexualized their daughter? Howard Stern. That's the dude. On Howard Stern. Howard Stern was making a reference to her ass and say she got a nice. Can I say she have a nice piece of ass? He said, oh yeah, she's voluptuous. Come on, man. And we're not to believe that this motherfucker is not a pedophile? Man, I don't know. Well, the good thing is we all are entitled to our opinions, and thank God, you know, the Most High, well, not God, fuck God, because God is a title. Thank the Most High that he gave us all an opinion. And he gave me a discerning spirit where I could discern. And I don't need nobody to tell me what it is. With that, I say shalom.